Aging Across the Globe by Jen Whitaker. We all do it. It is something that cannot be stopped. From the moment that we are conceived, it begins. We go through life phases that are good and some that are less than stellar. Some people try to slow it down or even attempt to find a cure. What is it, you may ask? It is aging, and it is perceived so differently around the globe, even though the process is generally the same. For as long as I can remember, I have been told to respect my elders. I have been expected to say yes, ma'am, and no, sir, when talking to someone of elder stature. It was known that a parent or grandparent's decision was somewhat of the law, and there was no changing it. In our culture, that seems to be as far as respect goes. At a certain age and or ability level, our elders are put into senior living. Some choose to relocate for the amenities and the community friendships. Some are forced to move there by children or lack of family. Those that spent their days taking care of us until we were able to make it on our own are now being taken care of by someone else. Once in independent living, they will progress through the housing ranks as their physical and mental health declines. Assisted living, skilled nursing, and memory care are where our elders go to spend their last days. This is the way of the American culture, but not all cultures have progressed to this way of living.
They tell me I'm old. Inside, I'm not. I've got kids, grown kids. They're talking about where to put me. Let me tell you, peanut butter should be put in a pantry. People should never be put anywhere.
Many Native American elders still reside on protective reservations with their families. Native American culture believes that knowledge is passed from those who have lived through the decades and have earned the knowledge. This knowledge is passed from the elders to the younger generations in the households. Elders in the communities are consulted prior to any planning for the community. They do, however, have a shorter life expectancy due to poor health and chronic disease process. The majority of Asian cultures still believe in multi-generational living. Those that cared for them as children now deserve and see fit to be cared for as elders. Century-old tradition has turned into legal responsibility. In 1949, the caring of your senior family members was written into the People's Republic of China's Constitution. Family members are required to provide the physical, social, emotional, physiological, and financial support for their elder relatives. However, in recent years, the modernization of Asian societies has provided opportunities for adult children to grow in the workforce. This puts mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa on the back burner. Financially, they were taken care of, but were lacking the support of all other elements. Put into effect July of 2013, China requires that children attend to the needs of their elderly family, and those who live separately from their elderly relatives should visit them regularly. Fines and possible jail time are the result of failure to follow the law. In Africa, the oldest son inherits the family, literally. The family money, if there is any, the homestead, his mother and immediate siblings, and his father's other wives and children. The oldest son becomes the patriarch. Disease is a large factor in the lifespans of the African population. Many are affected by HIV and AIDS and have shorter lifespans. Many times the patriarch is affected quickly by health issues and no longer around, thus leaving the women and children as orphans of such. The goal in this area is still to care for their families until they are no longer able to. We were raised to take care of each other until the end. It just looks different in each community.